It's happening. It's happening. Hello, hello. Happy New Year. Happy longest month of the year ever concluding. Thank God.
Yes. Oh my goodness. It feels like it's been forever since we've seen everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for the weekly drip at the new day and time. And if you didn't notice, we have that nighttime thing we did. We thought it was a good idea. We thought it was a no for both of us. We quickly discovered it just was not working. So we apologize for the long break, but we are back and we are ready to hit the ground running and share all of our favorite things about Dripping Springs and all of the wonderful show that you have come to know and love, and just expand on that and keep growing and supporting our community. So our new show is Tuesdays at 2. We like the way it sounds, so we went with that. Ashley, how are you doing?
I am doing all right. I also want to point out this is season 7 of the weekly drip.
Yes.
So this show has been running since COVID, since 2020. There was another co-host way back in the day, but now at this point, I'm gonna say, Amber, you've been here just as long. Like, thanks for showing up like you always do. And I don't know if you get enough thanks. Thanks for always showing up for your community and for dripping. And like Amber said, guys, we are going to be this season Tuesdays at 2:00. And that feels a little more palatable and more manageable for us in that after dark business that we were doing. So weekly drip, our whole purpose is to hype up Dripping Springs, talk about what's going on. If you've seen the show before, hopefully you're not stumbling on it for the first time, so you have a little bit of context to it. Amber and I are big readers, big fans of our Dripping Springs Community Library. So we're going to talk about that today, and then we're going to talk about our book club.
Yay! Oh, this might be my favorite of our topics to talk about. I mean, I love all the things we talk about, but my heart is at the library and on my mini bookshelves. This is only some of them. This is just what I have in here. But yeah, I'd love to start out talking about book club and how that came to be and how that transitioned into our mission to support the library. So the show has been on for quite a while. Ashley and I have been doing it for, about 3 years now. Mm-hmm. And no longer than that. Book club has been 3 years. The show has been longer.
Yeah, it'll be 3 years this summer. You and I doing this show, I think, has been a little bit longer. We'll just say a solid 3. That feels good.
Perfect.
Solid
so
3.
On the show, we learned about a new bookstore, Sunday Bookshop, and Ashley and I decided to go down there and look at what Ashley's wearing.
It's my Sunday Bookshop sweater.
Yay! Perfect. We decided to go to the grand opening, and we're so inspired by the bookshop that we decided we wanted to read a book together, and then we wanted to share it with friends and see if anybody else wanted to read with us. And so we decided to start the weekly drip book club. In that, we very quickly discovered that there were a lot of other people that wanted to read books with us. We thought we'd have like a little 10, maybe 15 people. No, that is not what we have. And we are so blessed that so many people are in alignment with our mission there and want to read books with us. It quickly grew. And at the same time, we were really pushing together to be supporting the Dripping Springs Community Library and getting that new building built. And so we decided that it would be a good idea to do both. We wanted to grow the book club, and we wanted to also support the Dripping Springs Community Library.
Why choose, if you would?
Why choose? We can do it all. And so with that, Ashley decided that we were going to go ahead and pledge $15,000 to get our new Dripping Springs Community Library opened. And so we did that, and we have been working for about 3 years on that pledge. 2 years. We've been working for 2 years on that pledge to get that raised. not too long ago, we were right at 12,000 of the $15,000 pledge. And with this being the new year, we roll over every month. I totally forgot to even say, book club, we collect $25 for the entire year to be part of book club. And all of that goes to the Dripping Springs Community Library. And that is one way that we are able to raise funds for that pledge that we made. Pretty much anything that you see Ashley and I doing that involves any kind of monetary purchasing of a ticket or anything like that, it all goes to the library. So we've done a couple book swaps, we've done clothing swaps, we do all kinds of things. But really that goal is to get there for that $15,000 pledge. And Ashley, what are we currently at after our most recent dues?
So it fluctuated just a touch yesterday, but I can confidently say that we are only $600 away from our goal.
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. That means in 2 years, we have raised $14,400-ish to get pledged and donated to the Dripping Springs Community Library. And that is not just Ashley and I, that is all of you. That's all of you showing up. That's all of you wanting to support the things that we're doing, which in turn supports the library. That's you wanting to get involved. And $25 is such an easy way to, such a palatable amount to be able to get involved and then be able to say, I helped do that. So yes. When that library gets built, we can every single person who put any money towards what we've been doing can say, you helped do that. So thank you so much to our community and to everyone who has assisted us in getting to the point that we're at. We're so close. If you want to be part of the weekly Drip Book Club, please reach out. We would love to have you and help us meet that last $600. We're so close. We're definitely going to meet it this year. And maybe we can help meet that with your pledge.
Oh, I totally agree. I think we're going to get there in no time. Kelly, a colleague, new book club member, voracious reader. It's funny how your tribe just kind of like finds you, right? Whenever I reached out to the library and I said, okay, we'll pony up 15 grand. I went, oh my gosh, that's a big commitment, because I decided I'll write the check if we don't do it. So it was a no-brainer to bet on our community that they would show up, and you absolutely have. It is really rare that we get a little bit of flack for charging dues, but what I've noticed is it's like the perfect barrier for entry. If many hands make light work, we're all working towards the same goal. So therefore we have a large group of people that are really into this mission, and it's only $25. And it's amazing the small impact, butterfly effect, I guess, that this little project has had. Speaking of butterflies, this is tied into the butterfly campaign. So Weekly Drip will have the large glass butterfly that will hang over the stairwell in the library when the time comes. We're not going to talk, I promise, the whole show about, fundraising and things of that nature. I promise. We're going to move on to like all the things the library offers in just a minute. So just like hang with me if you're starting to get bored. I'm just so dadgum excited, and I really want to celebrate because we're so close to this milestone. Amber, will you talk a little bit about how our book club functions? So somebody who's never experienced a book club before, or maybe they've been to a book club and they find they're drinking more wine than talking about books. Will you give the rundown on it?
Absolutely. I'm willing to bet that even if you've been in a book club before, you've not been in one like this, because this is something that has really taken on a life of its own, and it is so much fun. So Weekly Drip Book Club, the main book, we have a main book for the month. So one book for the month, and that book alternates each month. So we're going to have a different genre each month so that we can all plug in to the genres that we enjoy. Or I honestly have really enjoyed having it be a different genre, because it's really pushed me to read some things that I wouldn't have chosen for myself that I've ended up loving.
Yes.
We always, I don't think we've ever chosen a bad book. it might be something different. It might, like I said, they're all different genres. So it's always a little bit something different.
I don't know. There was that one time we judged the book by a cover, and that was the worst idea I've ever had in my life. And
which is why we shouldn't judge books by their cover. Lesson learned. We don't talk about that book, okay?
Exactly. Oh my goodness.
But other than that, one book over the course of almost 3 years.
Never a bad book.
But not only do we have the main book club, we also have chapters, and the chapters are genre specific. So we have, is it 9 different chapters now?
I was thinking it was 8, and then we'll
and then pop-ups. That's what it is.
Pop-ups. Nobody knows what pop-ups mean unless they're in the club. So we'll get to that in a sec.
Yes. So our chapters are genre specific. So we have everything from fantasy to romance to lifelong learners to rebel readers, which is a banned book club chapter. And each one meets up approximately every 3 months. But with that, having so many chapters, basically, if you want to read a book every week, you could. You don't have to, but you could. And then because we have such incredible community in our book club, we also do all kinds of other things together. So we have pop-ups, and pop-ups are going to be anything from a group of people going to meet an author to a situation where there's a book that's been turned into a movie. I mean, really so many different things. Anything book related goes. A book rebinding workshop. We've got another one of those coming up because Rachel is in our book club and she is wonderful and she's so creative and so helpful. And she does a lot with our members. And really, it's a beautiful place that I have found. We get compliments all the time on book club from our members in that they had no idea that they were going to find the friendships that they did, the connections that they did. So yes, we are a book club. We do read books together. We do a lot of book related things together. But the best part about book club is the community that is in there. And that is something that Ashley and I couldn't make that on our own. No. We have been so blessed with the most incredible people helping us build this over the last 3 years and helping it to be really the beautiful culture that it is. So I think I went over the gist of book club. There's so much more. There's so much there. We just recently were able to bring in Hal Elrod, who has sold over 3 million copies of his book.
For like all day long. Just talk about that all day long. Like, what a book club milestone to have.
So cool. I brought my 10-year-old, and my 10-year-old, I thought maybe he would be bored by it. No, he came home pumped after talking about the Miracle Morning. And he was like, Mom, I need you to get the kids version of this book because I want to have a Miracle Morning.
I love it.
Oh my gosh. It's so cool. But yes, book club near and dear to our hearts, the library near and dear to our hearts. And I'd love to also talk about a bit about some of the things that the library has to offer, because the library is more than just a place where you go to get paperback books.
Oh gosh, that's like, I feel like it's like, I know it's a library and it's where you go get the books, but I'm like, is that the like least amount of things that they're doing is letting people check out books? Like,
I feel like it is because
there's so much going on. It's incredible.
There's so much. So they have, just for like resources outside of books, they also have a seed library where you can go and get different kinds of seeds. They have 3D printing. They have podcasting. They have bird watching kits.
Can we talk about podcasting for like 2 seconds?
Absolutely.
I was able to chat with them and kind of do some promos with them, promoting the podcast in a bag. So if you're watching Amber and I and you're like, I want to do that, you can go check out professional equipment from the library. They're going to hand you a backpack full of everything you need and you can launch your own podcast just that fast. And I think that is so cool. Like so cool. I know you're hanging out at the library on a regular schedule. Well, you've always hung out at the library on a regular schedule. That's nothing new. Sorry I cut you off because I was like, I want to talk about the podcast bag. I think it's the coolest thing.
It's so cool. But the podcasting kit, there's also different passes. So they have passes to different museums. They have passes to the state parks. There's all of these different things that you never would have realized that the library has for resources to be able to support you and doing different things. And that's just like the tangible, like put it in your hands kind of things. Classes. They have so many offerings for classes for our community, between children, teens, adults, you name it. They have so many things. One thing that I have decided to get involved in is, okay, my inner nerd is going to show up, Dungeons and Dragons.
I love it.
I have for years been saying I wanted to know what Dungeons and Dragons was all about. And I saw that the library was offering a kids Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know if it's a tour. I don't know. I played one day so far.
How was it?
I went in with the kids, and I think they saw that I was maybe more excited than the kids, and they so kindly allowed me to play with the children.
I thought it was called, and I only know what I know from Stranger Things. I thought it was called a campaign. Is it called?
Yes. Okay. A campaign, not a tour. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just really enthusiastic about it.
The tour.
I'm going on a tour to the library to go on a campaign for Dungeons and Dragons.
Amazing. Yes. Amazing. And that's just like a little snippet. I was looking around as well. They have a Pokemon club, manga and graphic novel meetups, homework help as well. So, our high school, our older upperclassmen, they have off periods and they're not allowed to stay on campus. But the library is within walking distance from the high school. So
close.
Yeah. So if these kiddos aren't driving and they're on foot, they have somewhere that they can walk. Now, the new library building is actually on the same property. So distance-wise, walkability, it'll actually kind of almost be the same distance. And I think it's so cool that there is forever a safe space for our high school students to just walk over to. I know in back in my day, if I had a few bucks in my pocket and the ability to not be on campus, I was like getting candy at the gas station. If I lived this close to Mercer Street, I'd probably get coffee at Mazama's because every 16-year-old needs a coffee addiction, right?
All the time.
But the library has so much going on. The facility they're in right now has the capacity at most to house 130 bodies. At that point, it's like a safety hazard. I don't know where you would fit, to be honest. So capacity is really, really tight. When that new building comes online, I believe they can welcome over 1,000. And I don't know if that's the indoor-outdoor amphitheater space. I don't quite recall. But capacity is going to skyrocket through the roof. And I can only imagine with how robust their offerings are right now, when that new facility launches, like, buckle up. Holy moly. Holy moly.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And that leads me to the toddler story time. So they have a beautiful storytime program in the children's area. And I know that I've heard several community members say how much they love it, but that it can be a challenge to be able to find parking during that time, because I think they only have 34 parking spaces. Yeah. So it can get tricky, which is part of why we are so passionate in supporting getting this new facility open, so that it can be even more accessible to everyone in our community, to be able to support more lifelong learning and reading and just all of the wonderful things that come with having such an incredible library right here in our community.
Did you know they also have a program for newer readers where those kiddos or anybody, they're reading to therapy dogs to like,
what?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I was reading about it earlier. I was like, I think that is so clever and cool. Because it's, well, Amber and I end up talking in front of our book club a lot, and I don't do audiobooks, so I am prone to mispronounce things all the time because it's here, right? Not here. And so just the skill of, well, first you learn how to read, and then to be able to read aloud, that takes so much confidence, like so much confidence. And I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
you get to
I
practice.
love reading. And I really love that. Now that you mention it, like that's such a beautiful offering. And when you're already feeling nervous about it and you're a new reader, I can imagine that being really a great way to gain that confidence in being able to read out loud.
Absolutely.
And who
Um,
doesn't love dogs?
and before I completely rambled on, Amber, was there anything else you wanted to mention about the library before we can go today? I just
The last thing that I did want to mention is the library also has their Books and Birdies event coming up, which I know we said we weren't going to talk much more about fundraising, but this one is important because this is their big event of the year to continue fundraising to get this new building built. And that is coming up on March 25th. And it's going to be a golf tournament. There are still some sponsorships available for businesses if you have a business that's looking for a meaningful way to give back in the community, as well as there is still space for golfers. So they're doing foursome golf. It says foursome. I don't know enough about golf to know if I'm saying that right or not, but
I think that's what it is. I don't
it
know anything
says
about golf either.
foursome.
Yeah.
And so with that, I'm assuming you get 4 people on your team and you're able to go out to the facility and do some golfing. And it's $1,000 for the foursome. And then they also have the champion package, which is mulligans and raffle ticket. Also don't know what those are, but I'm
I
so
do.
excited about it. Do you?
I,
What's a
yeah.
mulligan?
A mulligan, it's actually something I used to sell in 4-H when I was really young as one of our fundraisers. And if you screw up your shot, you use your mulligan and you do it again. It's like a redo.
It's a do-over.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what a mulligan is.
Cool.
Guys, I hope y'all are enjoying this little shift Tuesdays at 2. We will see y'all next time. As always, thanks for hanging out with us. If there's something we need to chat about that we haven't, hit us up anytime. We had a comment, Scott, what do I got to do to be on the show? Well, let's talk about it. Let's figure something out. Guys, reach out anytime. Amber and I will see you next Tuesday at 2 p.m.
Bye. Have a great week.